Coronoid process, posterior clinoid process, dorsum sellae, foramen ovale, foramen rotundum, foramen spinosum, greater wing, lesser wing, medial pterygoid plate, lateral pterygoid plate, pterygoid fossa, annulus, superior orbital fissure, body of sphenoid, sella turcica, tuberculum sella, sphenoid sinus. All right, that's tuberculum fossa, and then last optic canal. Yes. All right, that's it.
Cool.
We're gonna go ahead and start with Christa Galli. Cribriform plate. Conchae, superior conchae, middle conchae, perpendicular plate, orbital plate, entrance portion of the temporal bone, internal acoustic keys, jugular foramen, mastoid process, styloid process, clitus, alveolar part, body of mandible, ramus of mandible, mandibular canal, mental foramen, mental protuberance, genio, palatine bone, condylar process, coronoid process, mandibular angle, choana, zygomatic arch, temporal process of the zygomatic bone, zygomatic process of the temporal bone.
One of the things that
Vomer,
I
ethmoid,
Diplo, outer table of Calvaria, inner table of Calvaria, dura mater, arachnoid mater, falx cerebri, tentorium cerebelli, sphenoparietal sinus, superior sagittal sinus, cavernous sinus, anterior and posterior intercavernous sinus, superior petrosal sinus, inferior petrosal sinus, sigmoid sinus, transverse sinus, confluence of sinuses, superior sagittal sinus, inferior sagittal sinus, greater vein of Galen, straight sinus. Cranial nerve 1, olfactory nerve, cranial nerve 2, optic nerve, cranial nerve 3, oculomotor nerve, cranial nerve 4, trochlear nerve, cranial nerve 5, trigeminal nerve, cranial nerve 6, abducens nerve, cranial nerve 7, facial nerve, cranial nerve 8, vestibulocochlear nerve, cranial nerve 9, glossopharyngeal nerve, cranial nerve 10, vagus nerve, cranial nerve 11, accessory nerve, cranial nerve 12, hypoglossal nerve,
2,
falx cerebri, tentorium cerebelli, diaphragm of the sella turcica, transverse sinus, straight sinus, superior sagittal sinus,
Oh, thank you.
inferior sagittal sinus,
Do we want to repeat this one real quick?
it's okay.
great vein of Galen, sigmoid sinus, superior petrosal sinus, inferior petrosal sinus, cavernous sinus, intercavernous sinus, occipital sinus, internal carotid artery, ophthalmic artery,
Let's go.
ophthalmic artery, posterior communicating artery, posterior cerebral artery, basilar artery, sorry, let me say it again, basilar artery, superior artery of the cerebellum, artery of the labyrinth, artery of the labyrinth, inferior anterior artery of the cerebellum, inferior anterior artery of the cerebellum, vertebral artery,
Vertebral.
anterior spinal artery, inferior posterior artery of the cerebellum, middle meningeal artery, diploic veins,
Oh, thank you.
diploic veins, diplo. Now going into cranial nerves.
Sure. Do all three.
So,
Oh, inferior, I don't know what that's called.
Internal.
it's
Internal.
internal table.
What's it called? Internal table of, I don't know. I just know it's internal, external diplo. I don't know what it is. It's not on the sheet.
Dr. G, what's the correct term? Internal, external, and diplo?
The internal table.
Internal table,
Table.
external table, and the diplo in between.
Okay.
So,
Or
Internal,
diplo. I don't even know.
internal table, external table, diplo. All right, cranial nerves. Olfactory bulb, olfactory tract, optic nerve, ocular motor nerve, trochlear nerve, trigeminal nerve, trigeminal ganglion, ophthalmic nerve, maxillary nerve, mandibular nerve, abducens nerve, intermediate nerve.
I think I messed that up.
Yep.
Sorry. Abducens.
Abducens, yep. Abducens, go back. Abducens nerve. Intermediate nerve. Yes. Facial nerve. Glossopharyngeal nerve. Vagus nerve. Accessory nerve. Hypoglossal nerve. Yes. Cervical nerves.
Wait, no, sorry.
let's start
Um,
on these three right here, 37.
Yeah, so 37.
is-
Yeah, because it's right here.
Okay.
Glossopharyngeal nerve, vagus nerve, accessory nerve, hypoglossal nerve, cervical nerve. Did you
So
go over
there-
cervical nerves?
Oh, no, I will be
Okay.
asking the cervical nerves.